now some operations are going on in here to take the rest of the equipment off. Hugh, how are you going? Scraping all the lettering off?
Oh, this is great fun. One letter down.
One letter down?
300 to go.
How long does it take you to do that letter?
This is about 30 minutes.
30 minutes work.
Good fun.
Of tedious scraping. So
Join the Coast Guard, they said. Have fun on boats.
you're on the boat, leaning on it. What are you doing there, Paul?
Getting our boat ready. We've got to strip all the sign writing off, so I'm currently, obviously you can see, stripping the sign writing off. We're getting our boat refurbished in the next week or so.
Having to be pretty careful, I guess. Pretty careful?
Pretty careful, considering it's a razor boat. But on a soft gel coat surface, like as you can see, a bit of damage from previous incidents and stuff like that.
And it's all got to be done. It's more up there. More up there, we can see.
Considering the boat's around 35 years old, she started pretty well. We just got to give her a little bit of love and care and keep us going until we can afford to replace her at some stage.
Check out these bad boys. Suzuki 250s, two 250s. How old are them Suzukis? 12 months? Yeah, not very old. So it's Friday night. It's the first Friday night of the refit. You can see the boat's in the shed. We've got the electronics desk set up here. Work's going on over there. And you'll go down here and you'll see that we've got some of our crew over here, Craig and Dee, having dinner.
The back one. And too much rain tomorrow.
It's Tom from Brisbane Coast Guard. We thought we would make some kind of vlog about our work we're doing to this old girl. She is 35 years old, or actually probably a bit older. Her name is CG22. And we're absolutely in love with her. So she's currently getting a birthday. We'll have her back in the water in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and brand new electronics. Every wire in the boat is getting pulled out and replaced, which is quite exciting. And we're also doing some other refurbishment tasks to it just to keep it going for another 10 years. So we might jump in the boat and we'll show you what's going on. The only other thing I can think of is, if you've seen the boat or you know it, the paintwork's starting to look a bit tardy on it. So what's going to happen over the next week is we're going to bulk some of the little dings and scratches in it. And then a gentleman we know called Rob has got to come down and wrap it. So re-sign write it and wrap it in vinyl. And it should look pretty Mickey Mouse. The boat's really important because this is where our main battery banks sit. So our start batteries for both engines plus our radio batteries. Because we're in survey, we're required to have a radio battery that can keep one of our VHF radios going for at least 6 hours. So those 3 batteries live down the back here. We're completely redoing all the wiring down here because it's old, it was a bit green, it was starting to not work properly. So it looks like a bit of a mess at the moment, that's because it is. We're label making, cutting, trimming, you name it, we're doing it to rebuild the circuitry down the back here. So that's our good foundations to work on. The wiring we're using has been kindly donated by TICAB. If you're doing any marine electronic work, you should always use tin copper wire, and it's all produced in Australia and it's all made from Australian tin and copper, which is really, really, really nice. So down the back here is mostly 2BNS wire everywhere, so that's a 180 amp wire, and then a couple of sections break off into an 8BNS, which is 70 amp. So that's the back. We're still currently wiring it up still, but hopefully be done in the next few hours. Every boat obviously has some kind of central hub where all its electronics and circuits run from. This is our new one. So the old one we had in the boat copped quite a bit of water and wasn't very sealed. So we've rebuilt a new one in this PVC box. It's watertight, and basically all the circuitry, all the connections for the boat happen in this. There's no other outside connections in the boat. If there is one or two that we have to make, we've got some really good Deutsch waterproof connections that we can make them with. New product that we're trying, which we're really excited about, is the C-Zone switch panels. Basically it's digital switching and digital relays. So we don't have to cut relays into the boat or splice wires anymore. It all happens in these C-zones. and they all run on the NMEA network in the boat. So we can turn switches on and off with either a keypad, or we can do it on our new electronic MFDs. I'll open the top of it up. So as you can see, it's the same again. Below, basically, we get our two big 180 amp inputs from our house batteries, and then we divvy it up for all the circuits in the boat. So at this boat, as it currently stands with everything on, so that's including things like the horn, literally every electronic piece of equipment in the boat running, this boat will consume just upwards of 150 amps. So everything in here is rated for the current that it's providing, and we also have up to 180 amps input. So we do have a little bit more room to expand if we want to. And you can see here the NMEA network that's built into the box, so that these digital switch panels can run. We're really excited to give them a go and see how they go. This big ticket item that's happening on the boat is we're building a new tower / bimini for it. So if you've seen this boat getting along, it's usually got a soft top on it with quite a big radar tower that goes over me. That's all been completely rebuilt from scratch. It's also being built a lot bigger, a lot thicker stainless steel to carry the extra weight. The tower that's up there is quite old and it's starting to crack. It wasn't really designed to carry the weight that we're currently running up there, so it's completely being rebuilt. And that's a big thanks to the guys at Genex at Morningside. Tremendous bunch of blokes, and they do really, really nice stainless steel work. So the old tower is currently down there and they're remodifying the new one. So the tower is probably the biggest part of this whole vessel. It has the most amount of electronics and the most amount of wires running up to it, so it's the part we really, really want to get right. But we've been working with Furuno, so the guys at Furuno, Ben and Shane, and also Dick from QME, who's been supplying us all the electronics, to work out what this vessel really, really needs to perform in a search and rescue environment. And we got some really cool technology from those guys to put up there. So the first thing is NXT radar, new Doppler solid state radar, a beautiful bit of equipment that's in a radome format, so that's going up the top. Plus we're also running a new Furuno sat compass, so that's our GPS and also a good heading compass for the vessel. And last but not least, we've also made some provisions to add FLIR to this boat soon. So we're very hopeful that maybe one day in the future, we'll be lucky enough to buy a FLIR for this boat. You may or may not be aware, they're quite expensive. They're about $30,000 to buy, but they are the best bit of ASAR equipment we have in the current times. They allow us to see at night like nothing else does. So as you can see here, this is part of our wiring harness for the radar. It's just missing obviously aerials and a radar cable, but this is all our power to go up there. It's currently wrapped, ready to receive a waterproof connection on it. So the idea is that our tower can be disconnected if we ever have to. So there'll be a nice quick disconnection point for all the power down here, should something happen and we need to take the tower off. So guys, getting to the end of the work that's happening, starting this week, we have a new dash going in. So the old dash on this boat was starting to look a bit tatty, it was letting water in, wasn't too great. So what we've done is we've completely stripped it back to the original dash that came with the boat when it was built 35 years ago. And Todd from Todd's Fiberglassing, if you've never heard of him, probably one of the best fiberglassers in Brisbane, is completely rebuilding a new dash for this. So the dash will plug up all the holes, it will restore it back to its original form. Plus there's also going to be new boxes built over here to house our new Furuno electronics. So we're running with a Furuno TZ3 package. We've got a 12-inch going here and a 16-inch on that side. So they're really the heart of the boat. They're our radar, our FLIR, our sat compass, our mapping, our sonar, and it's also our digital switching. So the digital switching box we showed you before, our Furunos control that as well. So everything happens at the front of the boat here. And last but not least, also down in there, we've also got some brand new ICOM radios to go on the boat. We run ICOM everywhere, can't recommend them enough. Good Japanese radios that work and they never die. So fantastic, 2 new radios to go on the boat, which will be really, really nice. So to wrap off the video, these are the Lightforce 70 watt HIDs that we're talking about. Absolutely unbelievable light. They're made of polycarbonate, tough as nails. They run an external ballast underneath this fiberglass here, so they actually run off AC power. They are brilliant, and we're really, really, really looking forward to testing these out, especially in some big chop. But at the moment they look pretty trick up the front, and we can't wait to get the rest of them on. So thanks guys for watching. We will try and film a bit more with our GoPros as we go along and show you the really intricate work that goes on. I hope to make a few episodes about the refurbishment to this boat. I just want to say another really big thank you to the people that have sponsored us for this. Tightcab Wiring, you know, they hooked us up with kilometres of wiring to get this project done. QME, Dick, Richard, if you ever need a boat, if you own a boat and you ever want the electronics upgraded or you need something done, Dick is your man. We'll leave a link above to his Facebook page and website. He does beautiful work. The guys at Farino Australia absolutely helped us out. They spent countless hours, absolutely huge amount of time just sitting with us and working out what we actually need for this boat and what's going to work best. And Lightforce Australia, you know, without their support, without them helping search and rescue in Moreton Bay, this boat would look pretty dull without lights on it, and we really need them. So thanks for watching. Hopefully the videos won't be as drony as this afterwards. But if you really like what we do, like, subscribe, do all those things, follow us on Facebook, YouTube.